up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL grant stimulus update. Breaking news. Happy St. Pat's Day, March the 17th, 2021. Please do me a favor. Give me this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL, your comments below. And if you want to join a brand new website that's going to launch real soon, where you're going to create a profile, and this guy right here is going to help grow your business, I need you to subscribe to this channel right now and hit the bell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got breaking news all over the place. The Fed just announced 6.5% GDP this year, way above estimates. They're not taking interest rates off zero until 2023. And what did Jacky Rosen say yesterday in her Senate testimony in particular? Two words that she said twice that I need to bring you up to speed on. So pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, or how about some water? I got to tell you guys a quick story before we go all through all this, and including reviewing the grants and who's getting money and when, etc. Spilling water all over the place. Look, I completed successfully a 3-day fast last night. 72 hours. All I had was water, 1 cup of chai tea, and an aspirin because I had such a bad headache about 36 hours in. But last night, as some of you advised me to do, I attempted to break the fast gently. So I had some organic bone broth, and it was delicious. And I sipped on it for a good hour-ish, watching TV. It was fantastic. Then I woke up this morning famished, hungry. Day 4, no food. So I heard this voice coming from the refrigerator, Jason. And I open it up. It's the bacon. It's the bacon, right? Folks, when it comes to the hierarchy of life, there's God. There's family, which includes you guys. There's bacon, coffee, and chocolate, probably in that order. So I got weak, right? You figure 4 days now, I can have some food. So instead of frying up 2 strips of bacon, I actually like to bake it, but I didn't have time. So I fried up 2 strips, just enough to get a taste of one of God's greatest creations. And I sat on the couch and I slowly ate it, and it was orgasmic. I mean, it was so good. First time my taste buds had food for almost 4 days. About 30 minutes later, as some of you warned me last night, I had to go to the bathroom. And I've been in the bathroom no less than a half a dozen times over the last 4 hours, and I may have to go in the middle of this video. And you know me, we don't edit around here. So if I get through or don't get through this 10-minute, 15-minute video because I got to go to the bathroom, we're leaving it in. So pull up a chair, grab a glass of wine, cup of coffee, water. Here we go. All right, in the last 20 minutes, the Fed, through Jerome Powell, just announced 6.5% GDP for this year, way above expectations. 4.5% for next year, way above expectations. And they're not taking interest rates off zero until 2023. I spent half my life on Wall Street. I've given you guys now about a dozen stock picks over the last few months. Some of them have exploded to the upside. The next 2 or 3 years are going to be en fuego. We have almost a $1.5–2 trillion infrastructure deal that's going to take place in the next 2 or 3 months to rebuild all our roads, bridges, highways, and tunnels so that they can service flying cars and trips to Mars. Literally, folks, do not listen to the Debbie Downers. This is just like coming out of 1918, when we suffered 1 million deaths by way of the Spanish flu and turned into the roaring 20s. There is massive amounts of pent-up demand in this country, trillions of dollars of liquidity, zero interest, aka borrowing rates. The stock market, the economy, is going insanely higher over the next 3 to 5 years. So you need to stay locked into this channel. And when I launch this business really soon, we're trying to get the $10,000, maybe $15,000 actually, into your hands. Before I do that, it's going to be exciting. So if you're down and out, if you've been gutted as a result of this pandemic, things are about to turn around in a very big way. All right, with that said, if you're not dancing on the ceiling right now, what's wrong with you? Jacky Rosen, I watched 2.5 hours of C-SPAN last night. I watched the entire swearing in, or approval, should we say, of Miss ISABEL GUZMAN, who's the new head administrator of the SBA, and I think she's amazing. She is aligned very closely, by the way, with Nydia Velasquez and Maria Salazar, 2 people I've mentioned of Puerto Rican / Hispanic / Latino descent. to get this country and its small business owners back on track. And while there's been a shitload of pandering to low-income communities, and by the way, I literally sat through 2.5 hours. I watched Chuck Schumer, the 4 buzzwords, and they carried it over to the fake news. You got to say something about the Democrats. They're extremely aligned. They are on the same page at all times, unlike the Republicans, who are all over the place. But there's 4 words in that 2.5 hours: Black, Latino, tribal for Indian, and rural. It carried over everything. I said, I'm going to turn on CNN, which I can't stand, and I'm going to see what they're saying. And they were saying Black, Latino, tribal, and rural are getting the money that they deserve. Look, when it comes to this channel, I do not believe in cancel culture. I don't care who you voted for, who you're sleeping with, whether you got a nickel in your pocket or $10 million. I don't give a fuck about any of that. If you bring your best self to this channel, even if you're down and out and you're hanging on by a thread, I'm going to help you. I've demonstrated in the last year, I personally answered myself 100,000 comments and probably almost as many emails. I will move heaven and earth to get you 10 grand or the balance thereof, the removal of those loan caps, and I want the whole fucking EIDL loan forgiven so you don't pay the SBA a single dime. But when I have to sit through this pandering just to buy more votes so they can have more power and more money, it makes me sick. But I have to say, Jacky Rosen pinned in the top comment, her 4 minutes were off the charts. This woman is a hero. She is a Democrat out of Nevada. She is the sponsor, along with Republican John Cornyn in Dallas, Texas, of the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S4227. And while I had to listen to Darth Vader, a.k.a. Mitch McConnell, who, by the way, he has, in case you haven't heard me say this, he has no soul. It's tumbleweed through the desert. The guy cares about nothing other than himself and the lobbyists that he serves. So here we are at Miss ISABEL GUZMAN's hearing to get her approved. And what does Darth Vader do? He spends his entire 15 minutes talking about the filibuster. Now, I grant you, if they go through with the filibuster and they kill the 60 votes and it's just majority that wins, it's going to be dangerous for everybody on both sides. But he said nothing. When's the last time you heard Mitch McConnell say anything about EIDL or small business? Answer, nothing. Dick Durbin did the same thing. And then you had Klobuchar and others get up there and talk about Black, Latino, tribal, and rural, all in an effort to buy more votes so they can have more money and more power for the next 2 and 4 years and beyond. Look, but Jacky Rosen is an absolute hero to this channel and the small business community. We have a chance right now. I need you to follow me on Twitter at Remote Online. At Remote Online. I own a job board. You know anybody who wants to work from home? I have 4,000 jobs, but my Twitter handle for now is at Remote Online. So follow me there. I just pinned a new tweet. I say that I represent 62,500 small business owners on YouTube that want $10,000 EIDL grants regardless of size or location. But if you watch the pinned video in the comment of Jacky Rosen yesterday, she said 2 words twice. She said, I want the full loans and grants for all small businesses. And she said, I want all small businesses to get the full $10,000 grant. In other words, regardless of size or location, aka the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S4227. And while I must say, Big Ben Cardin didn't utter the words low income not once. In fact, nobody did. He was towing the line for the blacks, the Latinos, the tribals, and the rurals. I want everybody to get the help they deserve. It should not matter the skin color. It should not matter where the fuck we live, because we all know there's a lot of people that are in middle income communities that are living on a low income budget as we speak. But we have a chance through Jacky Rosen, ISABEL GUZMAN, and her alliance with Maria Salazar and Nydia Velasquez to get everybody 10 grand or the balance thereof, regardless of size or location. The removal of the caps, which was talked about a couple of times yesterday. And I want the EIDL loan. Are you listening, Big Ben Cardin? You've talked about it in the past. Wiped out. Treat it just like PPP so that if you spend it on, I don't know, payroll, rent, utility, business credit cards, etc., you should not owe the SBA a single dime. So one more time, make sure you follow me at Remote Online on Twitter. My most recent pinned tweet that talks about I represent 62,500 small business owners, I need you to like it and retweet it. Because when I launched this business, ladies and gentlemen, to grow your company, whether you have 500 employees or 1 or 2 or 3, I am going to be the biggest advocate in this entire country and perhaps the entire fucking world with respect to small business owners, regardless of location, color of skin, who you're sleeping with, or who you might be voting for in the next 2 to 4 years. So until next time, from a very fasted state, minus a little bit of bacon and coffee, always remember, I love each and every single one of you, and thank you so much for watching.